We're on, baby. We're live.
Alright.
Even that loading screen isn't very long.
Dire team.
Yeah,
Hello
for
and
once.
welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League, Season 12, Week 5. You might be seeing a little bit less Ocelot this week, unfortunately. Like, you're not seeing him right now.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We got Baby Shlark, we got Tupac, and we even got these best of 2 light indicators actually on this time.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
And don't S cool right give force Missa, as usual.
Dire teams remaining. Radiant team ban.
We also have that half of the Tupac album cover. I don't know, I feel like the crop almost works better this way. Immediately knocking out a lot of mids. Windrunner, Puck, Shadow Fiend, and the OD all going down. Now, one thing we should mention up here way in advance, we are actually missing the captain of Baby Shlark. The Pause One Respect the Pouch is not actually here today. We have a stand-in, which is going to be very unusual. A very unusual scenario for Baby Shlark to be playing in. First big Spirit Breaker on that Tupac. Getting up a Snapfire and Earth Spirit in response to Baby Shlark. We are going rapid fire with the picks and bans here.
Is that a mid or spirit?
Could be.
Shall see.
You might be a 2 Earth Spirit, it might be a 4 Earth Spirit.
10 seconds remaining. 5
And now suddenly the pace has stopped. Oh, no. We got a Lifestealer here.
That's a classic combo, you know, Spirit Breaker, Lifestealer.
Yep. You think they might be picking up Lifestealer in part to try and deny it from Respect the Pouch, who isn't actually here.
Maybe, but no, I think it's just for the Spirit Breaker.
Could be. Or they could have had the lineup in mind before they knew, because I'm pretty sure Respect the Pouch missing this game was like a decision made in the last 30 minutes. We're starting a little late if you're wondering why that is, because they had to get a stand-in in there. Getting rid of the Gyro and the Ursa here. We've now switched from looking at a lot of Pause 2s, looking at a lot of Pause 1s, which is interesting. Baby Shlark may be assuming 3 Lifestealer?
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
To be honest with you, I thought only I did 3 Lifestealers, so it's going to be a treat. No Sniper.
Dire team.
Dogtown
Alright,
in the chat. Gonna be seeing maybe a few more people than usual here today, because we got that cancel games and all that.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Dogtown.
Shoutouts to Dogtown.
Who's a first-time viewer, meaning that the 2 times that we put him over on those live streams, he didn't even know.
That's true.
5 seconds remaining.
Axe getting knocked out here.
Radiant team.
PL getting knocked out here. Very eclectic sort of group of bands, though. On one hand, it does look like Tupac's teeing up at Medusa here, but on the other hand, that would most definitely mean a 3 lifesteal, and I think that's something a lot of people are a little hesitant to do. Yeah, getting rid of the Ursa, getting rid of the PL, OD, and Sniper as well, to a pretty decent degree.
We'll see.
And I tell you what, one hero that Medusa really doesn't want to face is somebody who blasts her with that ult and who's able to put her in jail when she should be at her scariest. No Centaur is what Baby Shlark is saying. A lot of focus on that Pause 3 on Tupac, though we've actually not seen Crafty Potato play many of those heroes so far. Here's a weird one for you. Do you think that due to the captain being missing, we might actually see a GG call from Baby Shlark here? Got a Razor if things go wrong.
Maybe.
Razor, very direct counter to Lifestealer. Pretty much just inerts him. But he does have some things to do about it. Not really so much in this game, though, because he's going to be using his ult primarily to jump in and out of Spirit Breaker. He's definitely going to need a quick Ags. Or somebody on his team to be building a Lotus Orb just for him, basically.
Yep.
Which is never an ideal position. Never an ideal thing to have to happen. Could also go Lincoln. So far, they really don't have anything else to pop Lincolns that is worth worrying about for them.
Alright,
Dark Willow. Dark Willow, I think, is better counter against Razor than people realize. I mean, on one hand, he can just completely inert her by stealing all of her damage, but on the other hand, Razor really likes to have free
10
movement,
seconds
free
remaining.
reign to just be wherever he wants to be in a fight, and Dark Willow, second
Go
only to
0-0.
techies.
Remaining.
Second only to techies in the ability to prevent your positioning. Snapfire does, but she's not going to be in the line of fire with Willow for the most part, I don't think. Earth Spirit is also going to be as well. Dawnbreaker here.
Okay.
That's the first Dawnbreaker of the tournament, I believe.
I think we had one super early.
Friend of the show, Dogtown. So you're the
Yeah,
only person on Lich I haven't talked to at all, so I don't know if I can really
10 seconds
comfortably...
remaining.
No, I haven't talked to the Bush either.
5
So right now
seconds
you're an
remaining.
acquaintance of the show, sorry to say. But I'm sure we'll be great friends soon. We'll also say, keep in mind, we are on a delay here. 2-minute delay, so I will be responding to chat late. Sorry about that one.
Yes.
I like how
Dire team
Dogtown
ban.
is here, not watching his coach stand in for the LDR game. Or not coach, but
What?
captain. Got Terrorblade up.
Oh, TB.
Terrorblade would be
Okay.
that would be a very interesting respect to Pouch hero. Sadly, we're going to have to, we're not going to be looking at Pouch today. We are going to be seeing a stand in pause 1. Be interesting to
10
see
seconds
perhaps how Baby
Maybe
Shlark
Standin
plays.
puzzle. We might just shift the other rules.
Yeah, that could be the case.
5 seconds remaining.
Think we might be seeing a US Danny 1 today? He does seem to be pretty known for mid.
Maybe, we'll see.
On the pace down with
So
his
with
man
that-
face here.
Team ban.
With that SB Lifestealer plus Dawnbreaker, they have a fairly deadly, just, you know, zoom on one person and just kill them.
Right. Dark Willow doesn't really have much to say about the offensive nature of that, but if Dark Willow is kind of hovering, if it's like we go in on somebody who's kind of
10
relatively near
seconds
Dark Willow, who
remaining.
mostly stays by herself, which is something that Dark Willow as a support is
5
quite well
seconds
versed in,
remaining.
right? You know, Spear Breaker and Line Stealer zoom in, knock over whoever they're looking at, and then Dark Willow puts a big maze that you can't go through and makes it a big issue to chase them out, and if worse comes to worse, has a Fear Bomb. You got Dawnbreaker coming down from the sky in the middle of that to either assist in the initiate or in the retreat. It's a very interesting little lineup Tupac's got here.
10 seconds remaining.
Both teams
5
assuming mid
seconds
list pick.
remaining.
Not a bad well. I don't know. I feel like you have two potential mids on Baby Shlark. It would not be quite so safe. Actually, yeah, the last pick for Baby Shlark is actually really flex. It could either be
Yep.
2, 3, or 5, basically.
I don't think it's 5.
Think it's gonna be 5 Earth Spirit?
Or Snap, yeah. Snap 5 or Spirit 4 is what it would be.
Yeah. Snap 5 is a little unfortunate. You never want to be. Not only do you never want to be Snap to be quite that low, I feel like her utility in lane is much better used in the off rather than the
Radiant
save.
team ban.
Down goes that Death Prophet.
Dire team pick.
You know, it's one of the universal maxims of life. You know, what are the three guarantees, right? Death, taxes, and you don't want your armor to be broken in lane. And Snapfire has got
true.
not only does Snapfire have good armor break, Snapfire has good early armor break as well. Little Shredder does the max amount of armor break at level 1.
Yep. What are we gonna see? Maybe a Void Spirit? Ember Spirit?
Could be. Spirit would not be, surely not be unheard of here. I think its Storm would actually work really well with this lineup, especially since they
Well, it's
really
banned.
haven't... Oh, it's banned? Oh, you're right. You're right. Storm would work really good on this lineup in theory. In his absence, I think Ember would be who I would go with here. has better sort of cross the map capabilities than Void, I think.
Or just not a spirit at all. We shall
Could be.
see.
And he could go against the team's lineup and try to draft him in for something else entirely. Like, for
Or
example, Viper, who's really not part of this, you know, cross the map on one guy combo, but really more on just having some ability. You know, some guy who's going to be throwing out right clicks and fight when Lifestealer and Spearbreaker are being forced on the retreat.
Yep.
Some guy to sort of hassle whoever they got coming up here at mid. Not a bad pick against the Razor, because again, like some of the other heroes, Viper's right clicks really are not his source of damage by any stretch of regard. It's his orb, it's his ult, and to that end, Razor struggles a bit dealing with that. So if we're seeing Razor mid, it's going to be a bit of a problem for him. Of course, it's hard to say if we are seeing a Razor mid.
Probably not. They don't seem to like Razor mid in this meta. This little self-contained meta we have.
Tell you what would be really nasty, actually, I think, is Razor on the 3. Razor down with Snapfire in the off lane. Snapfire just shaving off all of your armor, and then Razor coming in with as big of hits as possible from the static link. Man, that would be a really hard thing to argue with. Just kind of doubling down on Razor's advantages. Even if they wouldn't be able to get many kills early, and I do think the possibility would be there, though against a Lifestealer as presumable one, it would be a little harder. Even against a difficult one to kill, it would definitely not be a hard sell to make Lifestealer and presumably Willow just completely route out of the lane pretty consistently. Plus, you also have Cookie there, and the Razor Hula Hoop that can deal with Dark Willow when she's untargetable. So that's yeah, that's what I would be running, fellas.
Okay, Lish.
And finally, Shlark. Shlark is a little interesting, actually. I think goes well with. Oh, that's going to be US Danny on Shlark as well, and it is going to be. That that Boofus and roxyroro, that offlane Razor and Snapfire.
Alright.
They are going to have to be very conscious about how they use Metamorphosis in the illusions in lane for the top lane, because it's going to be a double melee lane against.
Yep.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be Dawn and Spiritbreaker here.
Which is also double melee, so I guess it's not that much of a problem.
It is double melee, but that's two
reach.
melees with better reach, and you don't want to really be talking to them. I like Dark Willow's like girl's Halloween costume from 1950 skin here.
That's pretty good.
Could absolutely be an It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. We have another viewer here. Succubus, who is here to give us the H. Which is a lot better than getting the L or the F. So, you know, so
That's
far,
true.
starting off strong. Got that cool, oh, not the same weird Olmec Earth Spirit set, actually. A lot of weird Olmec Earth Spirits.
Yeah, I mean, he's a statue, so it makes sense.
When are we gonna get the, when are we gonna get that Olmec, like the Olmec from Legends of the Hidden Temple? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You may find yourself going to the mid lane, and you may find yourself dying to the Viper.
Maybe.
Here to tell us some jumbled up bad history.
Should be a fun one.
Shoutouts to all our friends on the set of Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really good friends with a big giant face.
Actually, if anyone gets a rampage in this series, they'll get a free set item from Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah, it'll be
as a
some
reward.
styrofoam chunk of wall nobody wants. It's just in a
Yeah.
storeroom they just have to get rid of.
30 seconds to battle.
So that'll be great.
I wonder why they had so many random chunks of the Legends of the Hidden Temple set. They were always giving that away. Like, were they just literally destroying it between every take
Yeah, I
and
guess
building a
Just
new
getting
one?
rid of them. Not sure.
Very strange. I mean, I
62
assume
on
it's
runes,
just,
I think.
I assume they just recorded like a million sessions of it. Just like got it all done in like a month or two and just aired it forever.
Yeah,
Could be
2 for
that.
2.
Yep, nothing interesting happening to the Bounty Runes, which is why we're talking about Nick game shows from the 90s rather than Dota 2. Shame Ocelot isn't here. I'm sure he'd have a lot to say about it.
Looks like Razor, yes, and Snap Terrorblade. They want ranged in the bot lane.
Yeah, you're actually... Usually bonus is the 5 for Baby Shlark, but today we got, yeah. It's a bit of a shame. I do feel like they are sacrificing a bit of their offlane potentially, but if they think that's what they need to keep Terrorblade alive, then it's hard to argue with it. So, let's do the... Oh, that was a bit sad for Don there. Let's do the call down here, right? Playing pause 1 as a stand-in for Team Captain Respect to Pouch is, on the Terrorblade. Pause 2, US Danny, the traditional mid of Baby Shlark. Oh man, Earth Spirit just getting annihilated up here by Dark Willow. Just rolled right over. Could not really deal with this combination in level 1, it seems, but US Danny playing the mid on the Shrek. Boofus playing pause 3 on that Razor. The bonus, traditionally they're pause 5, playing pause 4 today on the Earth Spirit. And we have the Snapfire, roxyroro, temporary team captain roxyroro on the Snapfire. Also, usually pause 4.
Just a little bit of harass.
On 2-puck, we have D3 code, pause 1, Lifestealer. Tallballz, captain the team, pause 2 on that Viper. Pause 3, Crafty Potato on the Dawnbreaker. Pause 4, we have Max on the Spearbreaker. And 5, the winner of the first blood in this game, the Mighty Midget on Dark Willow.
Yeah.
So far, already, I feel like they might be aching a little bit for,
It's like they blocked the pole camp up here too, so it's a little annoying for the Radiant offlane here.
Radiant safe lane, rather.
No, they blocked the off camp.
They did both of them! They got the
Wow,
Radiant
that's
camp,
true.
they got the safe camp and the off camp. They do not want to see seed pulls this game. Snapfire getting a little bashed up by the combo here.
The Dawnbreaker's rather annoying. I think Snap does need to be here because CB is just gonna die to that with Earth Spirit.
There is a solution to this issue. That reflection, man, it's a hard thing for either of these guys to argue with. I do think we could have had just a, just a casual point on that early on to prevent this. As seen here, it's not like roxyroro, it's not like Snapfire is that great of a response to this. I feel like actually Earthspear being able to do some distance silences would be a little bit better off here. Because that's really going to be the thing, You can try to escape the damage, right? You could try to cookie out and things like that. Or you could inert the damage from happening to begin with the Earth Spirit. And considering it's double melee.
Yeah. It's very execution heavy though.
That's true. Yep, if you're not confident about the Earth Spirit, that is not going to work. But that is what I would do personally. Getting a pull in on the, usually the offlanes using this camp.
Yep.
Don't get cross with me.
Getting cross with Snapfire here. Getting pinged out. Pinging themselves, actually. Charging in.
Yep. Just gonna
Beating the hell out of
Snap a
Snapfire.
bit here.
While Dawnbreaker very just casually takes out what's left of this stack. Oh, almost missed the last hit on the Satyr. That would have been really sad.
Snapfire and Tower just high-fived. Yeah, I did see that leg spike as well.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It was not just us. I was thinking that was a hardware thing for us. I blame Decode.
Oh, at least Decode's getting blamed. So,
I mean, he's got code in his name, right? Why doesn't he just code a better game?
yeah.
Me too, thanks. I also blame Decode for the fact that You will be seeing the, if you're wondering, you will be seeing the Panic and Backdoor Boys game after this one, the game 2 for them. We actually had to pull
Yes.
the upload because we were not able to get it out in time because literally you guys just went so long in your matches this week.
It happens.
Spirit Breaker getting very hassled up here. Actually got in pretty bad danger there. Now Crafty Potato is going to be in the hot seat. A lot of stabs going off. Both offlaners and terrible.
GB has another one. So he just wants to keep himself healed up, keep that CS lead going.
Right. And right now he does have that CS lead. Says Spirit Breaker.
Gets
Actually
stunned
gets
out
a
here.
stun.
Yeah, but the slow.
Very,
Keep him from doing anything real here.
very combat heavy lane in bot this game. You know, Spirit Breaker and Dawnbreaker taking it to them at every opportunity, and neither one kind of letting it go. Interestingly enough, very status quo lane at mid. Viper did just hit 6. Immediately going for the ult on US Danny there, who backs way out of town for it. Does not want to be fighting that with Viper's creeps here as well.
That Viper level 6 is a big power spike.
Right. He is determined to get it. Yep, 2 pucks, decodes courier going down.
Nice.
Snapfire getting charged again. Just more combat happening here in this lane, though nobody's really able to get a kill. Very status quo here.
Yep.
Radiant is trucking through quite a few resources to be doing it. But, and Roxy going for the high 5, finding nothing.
Sad. It's the second time that's happened in this lane. Where they're withholding high 5s from roxyroro.
It's a very important strategic advantage they're getting by doing that.
Look Willow here.
Radiant's top tower.
Actually,
Snapfire as well.
oh, yep, got stunned out.
Very
She's
sad
dead.
goodbye to Dark Willow. Well on bot. The Dawnbreaker going in really
no.
hard on the rather low Willow. Spirit Breaker,
no.
wrong call. Should have just
Oh,
charged
boy.
somewhere else, unfortunately.
I think he was dead either way. Cause
Probably. But that would have been the
It's,
play if any
yeah.
gets tipped. Yeah, both offlaners going really hard on the Snapfire there, and both of them ended up dying to it. Dying to Terrorblade as a result, which is definitely
That's a
not
lot of
great.
gold for TV.
You know, it's one of the things you cannot forget, even if she is a bit out of, well, it's the player, not Snapfire, so even if they are not a little out of their element, not used to this 5 position as we've just seen there, you cannot argue with roxyroro Snapfire. It's a very, very sort of, I would say, one of the most distinctive signature heroes of players in this tournament. You know, you have the Respect the Pouch Slice Stealer, you have the Derforgan Void Spirit, you have the X3 Centaur Warrunner, and you have, perhaps more than all of those, you have the roxyroro Snapfire. Terrorblade actually already kind of retiring to the jungle here. Surmising,
He can. I mean,
yeah, surmising rather correctly that neither of these offlaners are really going to be able to take much advantage of this lane in his absence. So the thing
if
with
you get 2 kills in lane, you can just instantly pretty much keep on the pace that sets for you in jungle.
right, the important thing for the jungle, right, the decision to jungle is always, can somebody take advantage of this lane when I'm not in it, right? And with Terrorblade in particular, that's a pretty powerful question, because Terrorblade is definitely a hero who, as we've seen here, has some capability to get some kills in lane. So,
Radiant's
you
middle
have
tower
seen it
is under
a few times in this tournament. I think we saw that from PL, for example, in
Getting a charge out on
first game for Tupac here, actually.
the Razor.
Yep, a lot of stuns on him. I do not think, well, we do have 4 here.
Oh boy.
And he's in kind of a nasty position, but he did get the ult out. We're going to be chasing him at least a little here. Oh, here comes
Oh,
Viper.
Viper's
Yep,
here.
that's a guaranteed kill, more or less.
Dire's middle
The Life Stealer does have to immediately jump into the Spirit Breaker to not die. It's not really gonna matter here.
Dead here. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Rare Spirit just getting run over by the by that 2-puck lineup. As I was saying, the question of the day is always, you know, is somebody going to be able to take advantage of this farm when I'm out? Is somebody going to be able to? And actually, in the first week, 2-puck actually had an issue where PL pulled out rather early, missing out on some kills and some ability to pressure the outlane, which ended in disaster.
He said.
US Danny dead. Also in major trouble down here at the Radiant bot T1. Ultimately, nothing actually coming out of it. They do not have enough mana to quite go in on that, which is always unfortunate. He was actually in a very good position for them, but their supplies, that supply line, just not where they needed it to be. He did end up getting that casual reflection level, which is going to slow down his jungle a little bit if he chooses to retire in there, but also is going to mean if he wants to come out and get a kill, he easily can.
He's gonna get gone on here, it seems.
Spirit Breaker 1v1 on the guy. Got some casual pinging here, bud.
Oh boy.
Everybody coming in on Halt here. He's in a very bad way. Getting just chased through the jungle. Barely able to get him out. We got the we got a big turnaround though. Snapbolt and the Shlark coming in get 3. Dawnbreaker, Spirit Breaker, and Dark Willow all dive for it. Might get 4 here. Tallballz looking in a lot of trouble. He's got no mana, no ability to turn it around.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Guy doesn't even have a TB scroll. He's got no hope in hell, and he's going completely down there. Not a great turn for 2-puck, but at the very least, one thing they do still have, Lifestealer was able to just farm up during that fight.
And
His
they got
lane
TV,
phase.
So.
His lane phase was not particularly great, and that bought him a lot of room to just sit here and farm. And yeah, getting Terrorblade as well, very, very big thing. Especially in light of the other issue. Got the Willow stun on him. Spear Breaker coming in.
Yep.
Spear Breaker actually not 6 yet, so I don't think, yeah, they're not going to be able to actually take him out here.
Oh boy, Razor's
Missed
here.
Fear Bomb, unfortunately. Razor just eats Spear Breaker for breakfast, takes all his damage, just kills him. The Willow goes down to follow. That's it's not terribly great. These rotations by Baby Shlark doing a pretty good job. You know, they're going for a very early sort of death ball strategy, as I think Ocelot might say. Just going for a lot of kills, going for a lot of damage, but the thing is, they kind of need Baby Shlark to be separate to at least some degree to make that work. They're really all about killing one guy real fast, not 5 guys pretty slow.
Another charge out instantly here. Cancels it though.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Crafty Potato just getting the hits out here.
Invisibility.
US Danny is invisible.
They have a triple stack over here in the Ancients. That might want to be contested. Yeah, Radiant does.
Oh yeah. Question is, do they have any knowledge of that existing? And the answer looks like no. They've been in the jungle rather than the
I
triangle.
think
the whole
SB
time.
saw it earlier. I think SB actually, in fact, was the person who triple stacked it. It was a double stack before he got there.
Nice.
Rather odd.
Going in on that Terrorblade illusion.
Hey, either way, it's definitely a lot of golden XP just sitting there for Terrorblade.
Yep. I will say Terrorblade is going to pretty handily scale out of Lifestealer here, especially with the context of Lifestealer's also going to have Razor to have to deal with. There's no perfect counter to that. I mean, you can late game on
dealing with
that.
Razor.
Yep.
Here he is. Oh,
Got a big
Dawnbreaker.
Dawnbreaker roll coming in. Both Snapfire and the Razor going down. Earthshaker or Earth Spirit to follow rather. Gets an ult on the 2-puck, but not much done. Besides, the 3 through 5 club all going down. So an interesting thing to note in these in this tournament is there seems to be a very consistent pattern of like the 3 through 5 club. You know, the 3 through 5 going out, having their own little adventure, trying to knock somebody out, and unfortunately usually kind of having that as a result. Terribly looking at the stack here, he's not actually really able to do it at the moment though. Doing it very slowly.
Yeah.
Gonna need meta or some help to actually clear this one out. And the 2-puck is trying as hard as they can to make sure he does not get that sort of time investment in. He's actually just doing a smaller camp instead, maybe looking for a jungle item here. Do they have more jungle items available? They do not, so no avail there. Espy in a really bad way. He does not have many ways out of this situation. Though, Bonus getting absolutely annihilated trying to follow him. ES getting that Viper roll. Oh, Viper just got Tallballz's terrible health bar. So now they just have to back. US Danny got a haste!
Yep.
Oh mama, this
Viper's
could be
dead.
real bad. Goodbye Viper, but man, he went down in seconds to follow. Razor coming in to sweep up the Spirit Breaker.
Radiant's top tower is under
Life Stealer, just trying to miss out on the whole affair, just trying to get the T1 there.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's structures
Kind of meta for this tower, it looks like.
Dire's middle
Glyph
Meta for the
will
tower,
kind
but-
of stymie that.
Yep. It's always a bit of a shame just immediately have your meta just kind of
Radiant's
inerted like
top
that.
tower is under attack.
Can attempt a sack again at least with it.
That's true.
Are scanning.
It's an interesting dynamic for Terrorblade in particular that no hero in the game besides really has, and that Terrorblade really has 2 ults to play with. You know, that meta is don't confuse meta being able to be leveled as early as it is, as frequently as it is, for anything else. It is by no means, you know, anything short of just a second ultimate for the guy basically.
Yep.
So being able to play around it, being able to deny him of the ability to do it or make good use of it is important. And now the glyph is a little thing, but they are able to make things like that glyph happen every time he metas. They're going to be in a better way for it. Thing takes forever to cool down, dude.
Yeah, it does.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
The Radiant,
Radiant's middle
spearheaded by
tower is under
Shlark, just
attack.
very casually to tower
Radiant
here.
structures are
We're
fortified.
gonna stop Viper from taking one in response, though. I don't know if old Earth Spirit realizes the situation he's quite in, though. With Razor there, it doesn't really matter so much. Razor Spear Bombed in the Dawnbreaker ult. Uh-oh, that's no good. Though we have a roxyroro Snapfire ult coming in right in response. Every support going down in just no time flat. US Danny taking a look at Viper to really end this skirmish here, but US Danny actually dies of Viper's corrosive
Decode's
skin.
in there.
Lifestealer popping out of the Viper, trying to make something of this. We got a health swap by the Terrorblade here, but he goes down too. 5 for 3. Favoring the 2-puck there. That was a huge battle. Tips going all around. Mighty Magic calling hacks. Holy crap.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
This boy hacking, says the Mighty Midget. Don't know if I would necessarily agree with that.
Such a good play call by the Lifestealer to stay inside for as long as was necessary to get that kind of little extra tankiness, and then
Yeah.
pop out at really the perfect time.
It's a big thing about Lifestealer. Not a lot of people realize, I don't think. Whatever you jump into gets a load of HP, and that in itself is really as useful or potentially even more useful than Lifestealer's own healing and pop out damage in the middle of it. It's actually an insanely good save ability. I think it is more or less why you can run a 3 Lifestealer and feel comfortable about it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's 1200 health at level 3, 800 right now. That is a considerable amount, especially for someone like Viper. Just wants to
Yeah, I
stand and
believe
fight
that's
there.
I believe that is more damage than, or more HP than a mechanism gives you.
Have another fight down here.
Yep, Razor getting
Great
a
fear
load
bomb.
of damage, but the fear bomb through the Bramble Maze means everybody's stuck here. Lifestealer actually showed up. He died pretty much instantly. Not great. US Danny might get away. No, he's dead.
Boy, that
Actually-
Lesh is scary.
Popped a DD for that. These fights, starting and ending in just seconds fly. You almost have to call the team as an organization in these fights rather than a individual kill or death. Just moves so quickly, so many people dying so fast. In particular,
Yep.
the squishiness level of these supports and the way they're positioning themselves for baby Shlark so far, it's given them a lot of trouble. I do think there is a silver lining to that fact. Old Terrorblade, he did not go down there.
Yeah,
Did not
he was
take
stopped
part
by
in that.
farming
He
up.
was completely fine, and Lifestealer did. Viper got a lot out of that, but Viper's done at like 35 minutes. He really has nothing more to add. Look for an organized retreat here on the part of Tupac. Everybody pulling out. Tallballz
Super
calling to
looking
get
for
back.
something here.
Oh
boy.
man, Razor actually maybe put himself out a little more than he wanted to there. Eating the Viper roll, but the Shlark able to just completely destroy Willow and Kind. Viper now on the
TV's
retreat.
here.
Just got completely eaten.
Yeah,
Terrorblade got the money for him too, which is not the most ideal position to be in. This old guy is really looking to make himself really scary really fast.
that was
Everybody's
quite a
charging
deadly
right into
missile.
Roche.
Yep, early Roshan.
With the meta here, it's not a bad objective, especially with the meta plus the Mantis style.
Yep.
You know, Mantis style is something that I feel like you see surprisingly infrequently on old Terrorblade, but it is a really good item for him. Dark Willow fear bombs into Roche, but actually finds nobody there. Earth Spirit moves in to try and retaliate, but just
Really
gets,
well here.
knocked down. BKB
Oh, boy.
on the Willow plus immunity on the Blightstealer eats an entire Snapfire ult more or less. Tupac very cleanly opening themselves up a position back in the Roche pit. Actually fill in for where baby Shlark left it. That is
Yeah, that
not
Dawnbreaker
ideal.
BKB was huge there.
I believe that was a 9-second BKB as well. Yep. Which really showed well
That
there.
Aegis and decode.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Lifestealer gonna get 2 lives now. Lifestealer's a pretty tough guy to kill one time, so twice is quite a tall order. Picking out the Terrorblade illusions at top there, thinking maybe it's where he is. Smoke is definitely for Terrorblade. I don't think they'd be happy finding anybody else, but they are probably not gonna see him if they don't go triangle. Just funny, it's the last place you would assume anybody would be after a Roche attempt, but no, he's right there.
He's there, yeah.
Just goes to show, sometimes, you know, just because something is predictable doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong. Just because the obvious thing is to check triangle right after Roche doesn't mean it would have actually been a bad thing to do it there. And what could they have done to you in response, right? Philosopher's Stone coming up for Tupac that could actually help turn their game around quite handily. One of their big issues right now, their supports are, they're just dead broke. They've got really no items to them at all.
Is under attack.
You know, Earth Spirit doesn't even have upgraded boots, for God's sake.
I don't think he's going for them, to be fair, but yeah.
Dire's top
He's going for
tower
that Yule's
is under
verse.
attack.
Right. You're dead broke. Having some money could help them out. You could also even put that, since Shrek's right-click damage it's alright, but it's not what he's building around. You can actually put Philosopher's Stone on the Shrek. Get actually pretty good use out of it. And probably don't want to cycle it out for the trinket in fights, but you know.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Less for the right-click damage loss, more actually for the
Dire's structures are
for the
fortified.
cost reduction and all that. That cost reduction really adds up on the Shrek.
Yeah, TP in the snap to bot lane. A bit of danger here.
Yeah, they actually found her very
Force.
quickly, but with that force, she's a little tough to get, but just trying
She
to waste as
underestimated.
much as time.
Underestimated how many people were here. They were all just kind of tucked into the jungle.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
Gets
tower
tipped for
is
it.
under attack.
You think maybe that might be a bit of a sign of the lack of the
Radiant's
original
bottom
captain's
tower has
presence?
fallen.
I don't think so. I don't think that was a bad TP, because, I mean, you can't really predict that they're all standing there. They don't have vision there.
It's true. But then, when there's when they're all off
It's a
the
lot
map,
worse of a play than it looks.
when they're all off
Yeah.
the
You know,
map.
Lifestealer bomb the Earth Spirit here, it looks like.
If he is he's in jail here. He actually just used his escape as well, trying to. Oh no, they actually
boy.
were able
Okay.
to delay game enough to get him out of there.
Yep.
That Yule's man doing him a lot of good. Also means it's going to be tough for Lifestealer to pick up that Lincoln, so you're going to need, more or less, a Lotus Orb. Doesn't look like Dawn's interested in that right now, though. It is tough. Most heroes, I feel like, can do Lincolns even in light of that, because they can do something about the Link, but Lifestealer, not one of them. He has to be just saving his ult for that, more or less. It's the only way he can get out of it, and that's not the most ideal thing for him.
Snap's getting charged.
Yep,
again.
Snap getting, just about to get run over again at bot. Trying to TP up, ain't going nowhere.
Rather sad.
Yeah. I do feel like for as early as a pick as the Snap was, the rest of the team really did not fall well around her. They really do not have anything.
Tier 3s here.
Yep. They do not really have anything to,
Dire's top tower
and nobody's home, so they're gonna get a while to just freely poke these. Viper has that shard? Does not, so it is gonna make it a little harder for him.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, Razor definitely
charge
looking
in.
to, they're definitely looking to jump on the Spear Breaker there, but not jump on the Spear Breaker, jump on the Lifestealer there, but late game 8 that was just not happening.
Fear Bomb with the Magnetize.
That Magnetize just instantly knocking out the Willow, gets tipped in response.
I like how the Snap and Willow are just having a tip in war. It's very good.
Yep. Dire has to back out. They only lose a support for half a T3, which is pretty good at this point in the game. Early T3 can really spell disaster for you. The equilibrium difference between one team having a tower and one team not having a tower in a lane is a very powerful thing. Not as good as Rax, don't get me wrong, but it is very powerful on its own. You will notice that even with the Rax still up, because that tower is no longer there, the equilib is still going to be going against you most of the time, because your guys are going to be, you know, walking up here, the other guys are going to be only fighting creeps, so. Aegis just popped on Lifestealer. Never actually even really came that close to needing it. He has an AC here.
Zimba's.
Definitely like to see that AC more on Dawnbreaker than Lifestealer this game. Not ideal for one to be getting the thing basically ever, if you can help it. But if he wants to clear up space for Dawn to get some more interesting utility items like the Halberd, that's fine, I guess. Halberd very nearly completed, in fact. Lots of pings going on all over the map. Nothing really too decisive happening at the moment. Viper picking up a Titan Sliver. Likely, no, actually does not want him himself. Is actually going to keep that Possess Mask, which is, I do find, I don't know, a bit questionable, to be honest with you. Does send the Sliver out to Lifestealer. This Philo Stone is actually still just hanging out in the Dire inventory. Well, teams have a Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, they do. Okay. That's
I prefer Optic on Willow, to be honest.
Getting a
Oh,
bash in
TV,
there.
just dead.
Parlor tricks don't impress me, Terrorblade.
That's a big kill. That's actually massive.
Radiant's top tower is under
Definitely, at the very least, I'd be I'd be cycling. You lose nothing cycling. You can easily stick in the optic when you think something might happen. 6 seconds is a lot, but you can't play around it very easily, I think. Only time you're gonna really get messed up for it is if you get jumped, and funnily enough, if you get jumped, Keen Optic's not gonna help you there either, is it?
Looks like they're gonna just take all the outer towers here.
Snapfire
not
actually
poking
having
the
to
ground
defensively smoke to not just die again. Not an easy game for old Snap. Think that Snap pick really got written out here.
It's not an easy game for any supports when you have an SB Lifestealer, because you're just a constant risk of just being dead whenever you're in vision.
Right. Even beyond that, you know, with the Snapfire, it's such an aggressive lineup in particular, right? She really can't ult.
Impressive.
Snap really
5-man
can't ult.
smoke.
Yep, 5-man smoking to try and knock
Oh,
out the
they got
Lifestealer here.
decode.
They realize, I think, that the Aegis is down. Decode's actually still trying to fight with no damage! This is a bad idea! And what a shock! His team just gets completely eaten for it. Oh no.
They get
Taro
TD.
needs to... Okay!
Oh, good Sunder.
Yeah, it really, making us sweat with that Sunder there. Ultimately,
Triple kill. Looking like an ultra for TV.
yep, here it comes. Think Ultra Kill for Terrorblade, that's not good.
That's a massive fight. That's like an insta turnaround right there.
They got 3 for it. Boy got hacks. They got 3 for it, so that's good. They at least didn't just drop everything for nothing. They got 3 for it. They got Razor and Shlark as well. But boy howdy.
I bet they're not,
Boy,
they're
howdy.
not thinking they're very
Yeah.
happy about it right now.
Nothing original? Dude, more BM wars?
Yeah,
Dire's middle tower.
pretty upset with each other.
That Scotty alone actually put a very different spin on how that fight went. They also got that Quicksilver. I feel like Quicksilver, one of the absolute best jungle items in the game for Terrorblade to have, in that, you know, every single time you hit E, instantly it's going to come up. But he might be a little out of ways here. He's just going to get eaten by the Willow solo.
Yep.
Ouch!
Willow's a great soloing hero, actually. So it's not all that surprising. But yeah.
Gold is a great conductor. It's a shame that Willow gets all that money. I feel like other people could use it more, but that is a big accomplishment, just being able to knock out that Terrorblade right after an ultra kill like that. Just stop all the momentum he could have been getting out of that. We're really back to sort of status quo as a result. Definitely a bit of a positioning error there for Terra. I guess probably the most ideal to just skip down.
Didn't expect to just get 1v1 by Willow, to be fair.
Not a good thing to not expect, to be unfair. Even if the Willow, even if it wasn't a 1v1 by Willow, by the point he went down, it was more or less 5 up. I think the only person still responding at that point was Viper. So that was not only did he have to worry about getting 1v1 by the Willow, he also had to worry about that that Viper. Maybe the Lifestealer. I think the Lifestealer might have also been coming back up.
Lifestealer Egg's coming up fairly soon.
It's going to be good if he can jump into the real Terrorblade. Which is a bit hard to do in the chaos of a fight, just because of the hitboxes as well, you know.
Yep.
Sometimes it is just not easy to click, you know, like right after Manta, if you stay really huddled together, it's not actually easy to click the original hero, even if you know exactly who it is, and it's a very risky business to just try and wing it there.
Radiant
Right.
are scanning.
They found, Radiant has scanned out Dire in the Roche pit. This could be a little bad here.
Yeah, TB.
Immediately just jumping on Spirit here. Fear Bomb and Retaliation, it's absolutely nobody, unfortunately.
Yeah, they all just scattered right back. Hello.
Got
Lifestealer
US
bomb.
Danny here, just completely buried by the Lifestealer Spirit Breaker Bomb. Had no hope here. Razor BKB in the middle of the fight is going to kind of ride out the, oh man, Decode just
Decode.
dying in seconds! But not quite fast enough.
Magnetized.
Ha actually gets knocked out, is not able to ult in time. Terrorblade going down, only Roxy survives. It's Roxy in the former offlane of all things. All core is dead. Except
Yeah.
for Dawn.
Lifestealer ticked down to the Magnetize.
Yep. Very bloody game here. It's hard to
Oh, yeah.
say in any capacity who won that fight. I guess by technicality it would be the Dire, but man, that was a very tough one. It is good. They are able to really knock out US Danny. I would say with the halberd up, one thing that would be very good, I think, for Dawnbreaker to do, rather than going for the very self-serving heart, I think it would not be a bad idea to go for that Pipe of Insight to further write out the US Danny, to write out that Magnetize, which has had a pretty profound impact, to make sure even in the worst of times that Snapfire ult is still not going to do much.
Yep.
It's going to knock out your max damage potential, but you shouldn't be worrying about that. You're the 3. So, but we are going to go for the heart instead, which is going to make me sad.
Radiant's middle
Not going to help
tower
your
is
buddy
under
survive
attack.
fights, and I will cry.
Everyone kind of
This'll be fun.
looking for something here. Oh, they might find the Willow. Yep.
Yeah, Willow just kind of standing there for a second. I think looking for a place to try and send the illusions to scout actually went down in the time it took. US Danny,
Yep.
as seen there, even though he's being killed really early on in these fights, still actually is not just a simple matter to get rid of. Spirit Breaker
Big
taking it into
Roche.
Blast Break. going right into Roche here. Doing it in very short order as well. Roche
Has a
getting
shard on it.
annihilated. Is going to have a shard. That's some interesting stuff you could get as a result of that here.
I'm thinking about contesting.
Razor shard, the Earth Spirit shard. Well, he already has his. The cool scatter blast, a little better than I think people give it credit for, actually. Especially on Roxy in particular. The context of Roxy changes that a little bit.
Radiant's middle tower
Probably going to
is
go for
falling.
the wards though.
Immortality.
No?
We're on Lush.
Well, I sure already had one.
No, I mean the Aegis.
Oh yeah.
And Snap's gonna take the shard.
Oh yep. You're gonna get that stunning scatter blast. That stunning scatter blast is nothing to mess with, man. It does a lot of damage and it stuns you for quite a while.
Yep.
Fortunately, it does not update that tooltip anymore to show you exactly how much, but you know.
Very sad. Gonna find Dawnbreaker. Decode's nearby as well.
Dawnbreaker just straight TPs.
Oh, this is a better target though.
Yep, they are missing the link for at least a while in this fight. 14 seconds so they can just eliminate him. Here comes the big bombs, but here comes an even bigger Snapple. Bonus going down first.
Decode's
They
dead.
just popped in the middle of the fight. Decode dead, Tallballz dead. Dire losing all their cores, Lesh coming back up. Terrorblade actually did not ult, still has over half his HP. They found the Will in the jungle here, tries to Fear Bomb, but man, to no avail, just getting completely demolished. Poor, just one more reason, you know, Dark Willow's having a tough game here is just how much targeting they have, on guys who can just go invis there. Snapfire actually picking up a Lotus, which is funny, you know. They're not the team that super duper needs that right now.
I think every single hero except Terrorblade can hit someone in a the gold shadow realm.
Right.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And Terrorblade could actually do it if he super wanted to. He can do that with his both Ags and Shard, I believe.
Yep.
US Danny, looking a little rough here. You have to pull out.
They have a Sunder, so they don't need to be that scared, I don't think. But
They are gonna Spirit Breaker, man. He is real fast. Spirit Breaker actually BKBing out. I believe that's his 9 BKB. No, that was actually his 8 BKB. He has used it once before. I missed it. Spirit Breaker. Yeah, I think the idea is that they wanted to push up in the condition they can knock Spirit Breaker out, but without the ability to do that, they really don't want to go in.
Yep.
He has more of an impact than I think sometimes you would realize. One thing that would do him a lot of good is getting that Shadow Blade, turning that into a Silver Edge. Being able to knock out that Razor passive in particular, even if it's really the only passive they have worth worrying about, that is a big passive worth worrying about. If you can knock out that Storm Surge, you pretty much nullify the Razor.
5-man smoker.
Especially if he picks up that Shard. If he picks up that Shard, it's going to be even more crucial.
5-man smoker with the Life Stealer bomb ready. So if anyone comes in vision.
Yep, unfortunately, Radiant has their own side of the map lit up like a birthday cake, though. US Standing gonna walk here. Getting
Dire's
pung.
bottom tower is under attack.
And there he comes. Oh boy.
I think they did get spotted out there.
Definitely saw that.
And goodbye,
Killed
US Danny.
instantly.
That bomb, man, that's a tough thing for poor Lesh to argue with.
Oh yeah. Plus the Dawnbreaker.
Both of these
I don't
teams
see
have
what you do to counter that.
both of these teams have such wacky abilities to just counter each other. You know, both sides. There's, it's like there's answers to Razor, there's answers to Shlark, there's answers to Lifestealer, there's answers to Viper. You know, both teams for their main cores, right? And even there's answers to Dawn, there's answers to Spirit Breaker, there's lots of answers to Roxy in this game, unfortunately, for old Snapfire player. It is very crazy just how much they're able to go back and forth in these fights. Bonk. Decode. Getting silence, getting messed up.
Yeah, a little messed up.
Really messed up, actually. He's under half health here. Has to just ult and get back. Jump inside of Dawn here. Has that BKB. This is very nice. It is a very nice thing to have. You know, Dawnbreaker being able to just pop that BKB when Lifestealer's inside for a more or less guaranteed escape.
Yep.
You know, look at how much HP Dawn has, even before that heart is finished with Lifestealer inside. 5,260. That is so much HP.
Yep.
That's nearly double Terrorblade, nearly double Snap, double Razor, double Shlark, nearly double Earth Spirit. It is double or nearly double the amount of health anybody on Radiant individually has. And again, that's before the heart. They're smoking up here.
They are.
Earth Shaker, or Earth Spirit. I'm gonna call him that every single time. Earth Spirit getting caught out. I think this might have been bait. I think this might have been bait. Look how Radiant's positioning themselves here.
Yep.
Immediately drop on the Spirit Breaker, but US Danny actually pulling out here. I don't think this bait went exactly how they envisioned it.
Yeah, he has to BKB TP.
That's very sad. Lifestealer just running a rough shot on everybody here, though. He is getting disarmed. He is getting killed.
Oh my
the,
god! The
Lifestealer's got
Lifestealer basically
eliminated from play here. Dawnbreaker likely about to follow. We have some buys on Earth Spirit and the Snapfire. You are dead. Dead. Dawnbreaker almost certainly dead here.
Not really much of a way she can survive.
And down she goes. Man, these are some crazy fights.
Bit concerning how quickly Lifestealer dies.
Yeah, when his little self BKB is not up, he just melts real quick. It's part of what I was talking about earlier. A lot of that is just raw magic damage. I feel like if they were able to get rid of some of this Shlark magic damage, they would be doing themselves a load of good here. Once again, even when 2Puck is able to get some fight wins, they struggle pretty hard with getting any objectives in. While on the other hand, reverse is certainly not true.
Yeah.
Left the tower up here, but look how much it lost before it was even able to go off. Spearbreaker coming in, running real fast. They Shadowblade's out. They're gonna drop all on him, but again, this BKB, they have no answer to the BKB. Viper.
Yep.
Getting pretty badly hassled here. Razor has to pop BKB, but, you know, no shame in that there. Just completely annihilates the guy.
Yeah. We're just gonna split push a lane of 2 Rex at once.
US Danny actually got the Spearbreaker on the sidelines here. The former Dire offlane buys back up again. Oh, the heals on the Spirit Breaker, really just to punish that initiate. We have a roxyroro Snapfire ult coming in, but to no avail, everybody's magic immune. Lifestealer is super dead. He has buy, he is buying. That armor shred plus the Terrorblade, man, it's like he gets it's like a free Desolator for him. Super nasty.
Yeah.
We do get a turnaround for the Lifestealer here. Oh man, actually bashes out the Shlark. Shlark coming back.
All the buys are out. All the buys are out. This is it. They want tier 4s.
No surprise there.
Finish this out.
Dakota's back. Popping the.
He gets stunned.
Yeah, he actually just lost a load of his HP there. A load of his HP.
Sunder.
He's actually, because
Sunder.
Alright, that's it. Because he had to jump into somebody else there, the Lifestealer static link was able to stick on. Tallballz calling the G. I don't think the Ancient is going to explode in time for that.
There we go.
That's the ball game. First game, going to baby Shlark there.
Yeah,
pretty crazy game. That was very, very nasty back and forth. I think 2Puck I think their draft was better on paper, but I think their itemization is what kind of killed them here, which is not the first time today I'm saying that. The decision to try and go for the heart on the Dawn rather than trying to go for some magic resistance, I think really gave them some pain there. Because, you know, Decode, Viper, even the Spirit Breaker herself doing crazy damage in these fights, but the problem is they just can't stay alive long enough until Shlark isn't just immediately wiped out. I think going up for a pipe there would have actually been able to turn that one right around. So, for those of you watching on YouTube, see you next time. Game 2 coming right up. For those of you watching live on stream, we'll be right back.